Hey everybody, welcome to Tripod. This is the monthly-ish tripod podcast. God damn it, I still can't get it right. The Tripulse podcast. This is a monthly podcast, hopefully, that we have every month. It features myself, Kit, and some other people, but myself and Kit are the only two hard-coded members of this podcast.
Thanks.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, no.
Thanks.
See, the thing is like we can't guarantee that you're going to be here every week, Wallace. That's the thing. And I don't reserve a seat for you every week either.
Thanks.
Or every month. So,
thanks.
Fuck off. Anyways, this is the tripod. God damn it! I actually started repeating myself because you fucked me over on that one. Thank you.
Good. That's what you get.
This is the Tripulse podcast where we talk about video games, music, and what's going on in Tripulse. Let's go ahead and go down the list, starting from Josh.
Hello. Am I supposed to say anything else, or is it just
you're supposed
hello?
To introduce yourself.
Oh, hi. My name is Josh. I primarily am a music producer and professional Canadian.
How does one become
also bad at
Canadian?
Don't ask. That's not
Okay,
for you to know.
Inside information.
Next.
Classified. Next, we're doing intros. Sorry,
Yes.
my dad kind of interrupted me. Hi, I'm Wallace, aka Flex. I'm one of the admins here, and I'm small boy producer and just huge video game player and nerd.
You're not a thick boy?
I'm not a thick boy. I'm small boy. I'm thin boy. I'm a walking twig.
Beanpole.
Am I the only one that gets the reference?
Is that a
I
reference
choose
to
not to
Woolie's
acknowledge
tweet?
you.
Was that a reference to Woolie's tweet yesterday?
Woolie had a song come out recently.
Oh, right, on his EP. Now I remember.
Yes.
I get your reference. Well done.
Next.
Greetings. It is I, me.
Very, very specific.
That's not
There
an
you go.
introduction. You gotta keep going. Come on.
I am Kit, Lord of Tripulse. And by that I mean I run the blog and things.
Okay. Next.
Hey, I'm Zach. I produce music as Snack.
Look at that. Professional. Super quick. Easy. Done. Be like Zach.
Hold on,
No.
hold on. I gotta get my notebook. I didn't take notes.
Oh
The
no!
bar has been set.
We're recording. Come on. Just go back and listen to it later.
Oh, this isn't gonna get uploaded till like a few years later.
No, I'm not the one
Kids
doing it now.
recording.
Oh, well, okay, you got a point.
This year's tripod has been uploaded in the year 2022. Recorded in the year 1982.
Little do we know, he just sets up a schedule.
Tripulse existed in 1982.
Okay, I have a question for you. Which computer are you recording this on? Are you recording this on your new working one or your old dud one?
Alright, I see my computer situation has become so confusing that not only am I confused, but everyone else is confused.
The timeline is fucked up.
The timeline is fucked up so bad.
I have
FaceTime
a
gives
dead
me-
computer, an even deader computer, and a computer that's glitchy, and the one that I just built wasn't for me. So
Okay.
this is the glitchy one.
All right.
Dead ass computer.
You know,
Okay, so
how every YouTuber is doing like those Wish challenges. I want to do a Wish challenge where I build a computer with nothing but parts from Wish, but I'm scared that I'll either A, burn my house down with the PSU, or B, I'm gonna build it and it's gonna explode a week later.
A week. That's pretty generous.
Okay. Have we gotten all that out of our system?
Probably.
Okay.
Activate podcast.
I'm going to start the podcast this time with what's happening in Tripulse, and specifically what's happening kind of with me at the moment. Can we not have this fucking EMF interference bullshit going on right now? Where is it coming from? Y'all don't hear it, of course. It's on my end. Anyways, hello everybody. I'm Adrian. It's still in Ohio. So interesting story. After going to North Carolina, South Carolina,
One of the
and
Carolinas.
helping in the kitchen, I came back to Ohio to try and get my knives back, and the process is literally taking so long to where I felt yeah, I'm like 15 miles from from the venue actually.
Day 32 at Lost Lands. Be like,
The rave never stops.
dude, I saw fucking Chucks carting out the dinosaurs the other day. It was kind of cool. Anyways, I'm still in Ohio, and the reason I'm still in Ohio is because the process of trying to get my knives back from the police has literally taken so long that it was actually becoming necessary and more affordable for me to fucking move out here for who knows how long now until I can get them back. And
all
then
right,
also,
hold on. I have a question for you, Adrian.
okay.
Is because I don't know if you told this story or not, but how the fuck did you get your knives taken away from you by the police?
They did car searches.
So
Oh,
the
I
search
see.
situation here at Lost Lands was a lot more strenuous than it was at Base Canyon. They searched
Unlucky.
literally every single car that came in, and then because I'm a nice guy and I'm like, hey, be careful with this bag because my knives are in this bag. Don't just go digging around. And they're like, oh, you can't have knives. And they
I
took
thought
away
they
my
said you could
knives.
have cooking knives.
Ooh.
I thought so too. And I was wrong, apparently. You can't have knives of any kind. Which
It
makes
literally
no
said on the
sense.
website you can have chef's knives.
Yeah, they didn't take. I couldn't do anything about it, and I wasn't about to leave because we'd already been in line for like 6 hours at that point. I didn't want to go back and, I guess, put him in Ezra's house. Another thing.
Didn't you say he was in New York at the time?
What?
Didn't you say Ezra was in New York or whatever? What?
No,
I thought that's why we couldn't drop off the computer.
no, I got tired of waiting for him.
Oh,
Anyways, he's supposed to be going to New York at some point in time because of a school thing, but I don't
okay.
know when that is. No, I just got tired of waiting for him that day. That's why I couldn't drop off the computer. Anyways,
Okay.
like I didn't have anywhere to go to put my knives, and so the only option that I really had, because I didn't want to sit there and argue with them and hold up more people in line, was to just say fuck it, take my knives. Anyways, still in the process of doing that, I've actually ended up searching through so much bullshit in the first of all the Lost Lands and Residence Festival, Lost and Founds, and the police shit, whatever, that they're quote unquote ahead of schedule on getting stuff sorted and sent back to people. So yeah, still haven't found my shit though. I'm beginning to think that somebody might have taken the knives.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
really
So-
unlucky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised you're still like holding out for them. I thought you would have just like cut your
Well,
losses and
Okay,
moved on.
so like,
I understand they're like
I
expensive, but
well, one of them was sentimental because it was a gift. So, anyways, like, I was just doing it for so long that I was like, okay, I'm about to drop like $500 to have a place to stay for a week to look for these knives, or I can find an apartment or like a room to rent, do that for a month, and then go do that in the meantime, and maybe find a job. And now I have a job, and now I have a place to stay, and now I have bills to pay. So basically, I've just started living here and I'm kind of just stuck here now. So like I've kind of put my money into being comfortable out here, and I had to get new clothes because I didn't have a whole lot of winter stuff, and winter up here is it's a little more involved than it would have been in Arizona. So
Yeah.
that's fun.
Welcome to the north.
Fuck off.
I've
Anyways,
welcome to the north, man. Like,
Yo,
dude,
don't
like,
even talk, Wallace. Like, come on.
I know, like, you guys in Calgary are probably getting fucked, but I mean, still,
so
it's getting cold here.
Gaxel, speaking of Illinois, I just realized, I am in Ohio, which is not exactly the greatest state to exist, but I'm literally right there from Illinois, and what state is Boston in?
Massachusetts.
Okay.
Mhm.
And of course New York City, but I don't really have any love for New York City, to be honest. Anyways, that Gaxel. Anyways, I realized that, and I was like, I can go to these places and have some fun every once in a while, I guess. But yeah, so I'm still in Ohio, which is why I've been kind of dodging you, Zach. It's also kind of why I'm like in this weird kind of limbo about my finding the Pulse uploads and all that shit. So yeah. Anyways, I'm just right now what I'm doing is I'm just sitting saving up money, and either come February I might just take off, or I might wait until the summer to take off. I'm not sure yet because of weather, like snow and shit. No way, no. Anyways, that's what's going on with me. I guess we can just finish the what's going on in Tripulse section right now. I know that's out of order, but anything else going on Tripulse wise? Music releases from you guys, stuff that you're working on, blah blah blah.
We can just go
Tripulse is
down the
taking a
line
nap
for this
again.
one.
I mean,
Tripulse
I know I
has
plugged
had
it
fun.
last time, but the album actually came out.
It
Good
did.
shit. It's good shit, Josh. Very, very well done.
Appreciate.
Speaking of album, I'm slowly working on my own. It's slowly happening, but all of you guys probably saw the tweets yesterday talking about Sudden Deaths and AFK's remix competition, which I was also talking about in the music chat. And I'm working on my own remix for that because they're holding a competition, and I don't really expect to win, but I also think I have a chance to make a really strong entry, just kind of considering where I've gotten with my my skill set and how everything's just kind of evolved. And I'm actually like really happy with what I've got right now, and
Making progress.
yeah, making progress. I honestly recommend like everybody to just at least try it and I don't know, make something, because I haven't really done a lot of remix competitions since EDM District days, and I used to hold my own, and then I kind of stopped, and it just is a lot of fun to do remixes, and I want to do more of them, and I'm gonna try, but this is what I really needed, because a lot of the thing that's really held me back is trying to get songs to just kind of naturally come together, and it really just takes all of the fun out of music for me when something just doesn't click and I have to struggle to make something that really matches my expectations. And this remix just really did that for me, and I had so much fun. So that's kind of what's going on for me.
Welcome
Have
to
fun.
Tripulse, where the speed of sound is 3 miles an hour.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, what kind of sound are we talking?
The slow kind.
We don't run in the 90s here. We crawl in the 90s.
I mean,
Speaking of,
I feel like I'm at least like an Andre DeGrasse level sprint. Not quite Usain Bolt, but like
these
almost there.
I'm considering entering that remix competition myself.
Consuming.
All you
I mean, like,
Consuming.
All you gotta do is
I don't
Just
really.
make a
I want to
decent.
remix that song and do exactly the opposite of what you're doing, and just go even less melodic than it already was. Because, as usual, I am the antithesis of EDM, the EDM scene progression.
I mean, as long as you make the intro not sound like it's a Control C, Control V, like the other remixes / bootlegs that I've heard on SoundCloud, where they literally just replace the drop.
That's the complaint I have about pretty much every remix right now, is that people just kind of replace the drop and leave the intro and bridge and everything alone.
I mean, to be fair, like my remix kind of did that, but I tried to
I haven't even.
I
listened
tried
yours
to
yet.
add some melodic elements under it so it sounded more melodic. I posted it in music, so
I know. I have been
But
doing
I-
a lot of stuff today.
If I actually get
I-
around to this remix competition, the intro probably is going to be unrecognizable.
I mean, except for like what the Go Berserk thing, or you gonna
Every-
fuck with that too?
Every time I remix anything, my remix ends up sounding completely unique to the original. I'm pretty sure that's what makes me lose every time.
Some curse images are not allowed, Gaxel.
Oh no.
For listeners at home, there's a text chat that we can see and you can't.
This is true, and you can join it by going to the Discord channel.
http
I'm not sure if you want to see it.
tripulse.internet.
Internet.
Anyways, I think that's pretty much it as far as like.
That's
projects
what's
go.
happening.
We're not really
We
doing much
yeah.
right
we
now.
didn't hear
I
from
got
Zach
a-
though. We
I
didn't
got
hear
a
from
Oh,
couple
we didn't.
songs.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't
Oh.
really have anything going on. Finished the song I have set up for Halloween release, and I'm working on a collab with someone. Besides that, I can't walk, but that's it.
Wobble dee wobble dee wobble.
I'm stacking my paper on my wall. It look like a Bible.
Zach, I'm sorry, dude. That was a little insensitive.
It's fine. That is really funny.
I guess I forgot to mention this earlier,
And Gaxel, you
but
should
I've
know.
got actually a couple other songs now in about a week and a half.
And this is the bathroom. And this is the bathroom.
Now there's a throwback.
Oh my god.
Dude, I will never. I will never not laugh at that.
Jesus Christ.
It has gone down in history.
You can't even find it anymore. I think he deleted it.
It is fully committed to the history books.
Again, audio listeners, in case you don't know what's going on, Gaxel had an old video of XCOM, and he called every room the bathroom.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
That's the gist
I
of
actually don't remember this.
You had to be
Is-
there.
There.
it. It was Skype days, dude. Like,
I'm sure
Oh,
I probably
yeah.
was there at some point, but
Oh yeah, you were
I
there.
don't know.
You just don't remember.
Yeah, you were there.
It had to make an impact. That's what's happening, though. What's
I
next?
think when he posted it, like the chat just moved so fast that it kind of like disappeared. Okay. Anyways, I guess now that's actually it for stuff that's going on in Tripod. So moving on from that, let's talk about some music. Has anybody listened to any of the stuff that came out this week?
I have
no.
listened to some of the like new stuff. I've mostly listened to Woolie's EP and also new Sullivan King song goes fucking ham.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a new Seven Lions and Slander song, which I haven't listened to, but I know it's
Seven
there.
Lions Slander and Eat It Happen.
Speaking of which, I don't know if this is just like a me thing, but I don't think I've ever heard a solo slander track.
Well, that's because there's two people.
What, I mean,
It's kind of hard to have a solo when there's two people.
you know what the fuck I meant. Shut up. Just trying to
Everything
make
is collab when it's slander.
Shut up, man.
No, you know what? I do think you're right. I don't think I've ever seen a song where it's just like by slander.
Just slander. Like,
I think it's always like it's usually, if anything, it's usually slander and nightmare. That's kind of like the normal. But otherwise, I don't think I've ever seen anything either.
I've been listening to a lot of Moon Hooch lately, which
Okay.
isn't even EDM. Just it's good.
I still don't follow any of these people.
You
Okay,
should
But-
follow Moon Hooch.
Gunship
Yep.
came out with an album, and it's really nice. I like it a lot.
Okay, but all of
I
this is
might be the
irrelevant.
only person in this call right now who listens to that kind of music at all, let alone Gunship themselves.
See,
but it's worth saying that it's good.
I assumed that it was like a popular like 80s band because I mean Gunship just sounds like an 80s band, but I also then assumed that it might have been something a little more obscure, and I was right.
It's both of those things. Good job.
All of that is irrelevant though because Paula Fia had a album come out and it is fucking dope. It's such a great like just EDM. I don't even know if you can call it EDM because there's only a few parts in it that really are like produced. The rest of it's like, I mean, they're just basically a band that jams and does this like funky modern jazz kind of fusion thing. It's really cool. I like them a lot. That's what I've been jamming to this week. And Wooly, of course. And then the Seven Lions Slander and Dabin release. And then some stuff came out last week too, and I don't remember what. Oh, Visceral came out a little while back.
I like skimmed through it. I'm honestly not really a fan.
It's a departure. It's almost as big as a departure as Worlds was for Porter. I feel.
Yeah, like maybe it's just me stuck in like the 2014 days of like the I don't even remember what the
Change your mind.
EP
5
was
years ago,
called.
you were all over Getter's dick.
Okay, well, calm down. That's why I was literally talking about that. Maybe it's just because I'm still
I
stuck in
wasn't-
my
I
ways from
wasn't.
like,
He was talking to
wasn't-
Gaxel.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Well, I guess
text
too-
chat's a little confusing.
to be fair, I'm not focused on that.
That was this
But-
year. Castle. Oh my god.
Okay, now we need to check confusion.
Oh wow.
Choppers is the best song on that album, on that EP, LP. Fight me. Fight me. Fight. Yep, there we go. Cheeseburgers old
Confirmed.
news.
Everybody tune in at an unconfirmed date. Tripulse pay-per-view, Adrian versus Gaxel.
Where's another? You know, where's the nearest elementary school, Gaxel? I'll fight you on the
It's gonna be
playground.
a beer fight.
Fight me after school.
I will hang you. I
On
will
the
hang you. I will
playground.
hang you from the monkey bars.
Oh.
3 p.m.
I don't know how you're gonna do that when you can't even like reach the monkey bars unassisted.
Bitch, there's stairs.
Oh man, that's straight savage.
Don't you know how a fucking hangman's noose works? You put it around their neck, you throw it over the bar, and you pull the other side up. Anyways, let's move on to video games.
Wait, hold on. I just want to address this claim about Chops being the best.
Uh-oh.
I'd say it's definitely up there. I don't know if I would say it's by and large the best. I don't know if there's anything better, but I think it's probably about equivalent to everything else on there. I think it was just a very solid project overall.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you can't say there's nothing better than it, and then it not be the best because then it doesn't. That's not logical. But I see what you said.
Yeah.
I have one final thing to add to music too. It's a sentence.
Oh, hold on. Hold that thought. Actually, no, you go first, and then I got something after it.
Kit wants to
Modex
announce that
put
he's
out a
from the
song.
90s.
The Wild. Underrated. Look him up.
Link it because I won't remember that
In
after
the
the
description
podcast.
below.
Okay, this might not necessarily
It's in the
be.
description below.
This might not
I
necessarily.
thought that was gonna go over everybody's head.
Like, Modigs is the greatest artist, but like I haven't seen it. I haven't followed him in a while.
It surprises me that Modex, as good as he is still as underrated as he is.
Agreed.
This song was mainly inspired by The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
This man
See-
has a growth rate slower than my growth rate. Except the difference between me and him is he knows what he's doing.
Define growth rate, like fans.
Fans, listens, whatever you want that to mean.
Well, I almost thought you meant skill. Sorry for the burp, by the way.
I don't know that skill. I don't know this man.
Anyways,
I mean-
Um,
The baseline and Vexar follows him, so
I gotta.
he's a few big people following him.
This might not necessarily be super like pure music related, but boys, Massive X, Complete 12.
No,
Shut up. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not.
no.
that's what I thought too, Gax. I thought he was gonna just like come out or something.
Video games.
Let's talk about video games.
Forza.
Forza Horizon 4,
Forza's been the big
unexpected
thing.
Tripulse game. I
mean,
got it as a
it's
gift.
now.
I didn't want to buy it, and then someone bought it for me, and now suddenly several people in Tripulse also bought it.
It
It's
is now
surreal.
my turn to say I refuse because I actually don't like racing games.
I don't
Understandable.
like Forza.
I want it. The problem is no Xbox One, no Windows 10. So I'm just
Get you Windows 10. It's not
I'm
hard.
just waiting. I'm just waiting
I'm
for someone to buy me
kind of
automation.
can't right now.
I mean,
Just
what do
kinda
you?
can't.
What OS are you on again?
Windows 8.1.
Oh, dude, get Windows 10, fam. Don't do that to yourself.
Well, I wanna, but I need to get a new thing and then do a clean install. And
Yeah, downgrade to 7.
no, but I want to play Forza Horizon 4.
So,
Yeah, you can't do that on
So-
Windows 7, fam.
so because you
Can't
have
know what
Windows
you're
8,
doing.
it never occurred to me that all your problems were actually probably coming from the lack of driver support on Windows 8 rather than anything to do with any of your hardware.
Well, I mean, I fixed my hardware, and that pretty much fixed the problem. So, I mean, yeah, there is a lack of driver support, but
The audio not working through anything but your microphone, kind of.
okay, well that is a software problem. Thankfully, I just got lucky and happened to have hardware that somewhat fixed the problem. AKA, I have a Blue Yeti, so I can just plug my headphones into the Yeti, and I have to hear myself talk every time I talk, which is annoying. But I can still
Did you know that
hear
you turn it off?
things.
Wait,
No.
what's
I mean, I
this-
can mute the microphone, and that it just eliminates all sound, so I don't hear it, which is what I
what's
do
the
when I'm not
software
talking.
issue with your Yeti?
Oh wait,
So-
never mind. I'm sorry. You're on Windows 8. I don't know how to do that. Never
Okay.
mind.
I
So,
could easily I could show you how to fix the issue.
so
if you
for anyone that doesn't know already, basically what happened was I wanted to get a new SSD to move my OS to, and so I got an M.2 drive. And what I decided to do was I decided to clone my SSD, which was a dual SSD and hard drive running off of the same SATA cable, which was causing issues both in game and even out of game, just normal use of my PC. And I just decided to clone the SSD to the new M.2 drive, and it went fairly successfully, except for I can now no longer use the headphone port just straight from my PC. It doesn't show up in voice meter, and it doesn't show up in the default sound settings in Windows. So those are pretty much off the table, and I now have to use my Blue Yeti because thankfully it still recognizes the USB ports and all of that. So those settings just literally aren't there. They're gone. I don't know how to fix it. I can't find drivers to fix it. I've pretty much just been like, well, instead of trying to fix the software, I'm just gonna get Windows 10 because I've been meaning to do that since Windows 10 came out, technically. Because I was gonna upgrade when I originally built my PC, and then I didn't because I wasn't very trusting. I heard a lot of bad things about Windows 10. So,
So
Yeah.
you're sticking with the temporary permanent solution.
until I get the money to get a new drive.
Also,
And then
you still don't have an
also-
audio interface?
No, I don't have an audio well, my brother has an audio interface, but I don't want to temporarily borrow it and then be like, yeah, can I just use this all the time and not have a music, because he uses it for his own music stuff. But yeah, I don't have my
Just
own.
get
I will
a
ship
music
you a
interface.
Scarlet 2i2.
You just have a spare lying around?
Yeah, because it doesn't work on my computer.
Well, what do you think? What makes you think it's gonna work on mine?
Because you have a USB 2.0 port. That's the entire problem. I don't.
Hold on
Oh.
a second.
Wait,
Let's
How do you-
unpack that for a second.
how
What
do
do
you-
you have on your computer?
USB
How do you
3.0
not-
ports.
Do you have PC? Do you have PS2 ports?
No, only USB 3.0.
What the fuck?
How did you manage that?
You
Ask
specifically
Asus.
wanted this port too.
Ask.
It's their fault, not mine.
I heard you wrong at first. I thought you said Jesus.
Ask Jesus.
Is it actually
Go
pronounced
down to your
Asus? I
local
always
church
said
to ask
Asus.
why my motherboard doesn't have USB 2 ports.
Josh is a
Oh, stop.
Wait, hold on. What
This is-
was the question that Josh asked?
Oh, I asked if it was actually pronounced Asus because I always said Asus.
Oh, now I get Adrian's joke. Okay, cool. That was a good one. Esau. Esau, dude.
Saw, dude.
Hey, Dad, can I borrow your saw, dude?
That's a sus from me.
Dude.
One of One of my favorite moments ever was walking up to Dion Timmer and him turning around and being like, "Sup, dude?"
Can we do the recaps? Can we do those?
I kind of felt like we already did, but we can do it again in
'Cause-
just a minute after we talk about video games.
Which
Well,
we,
we never-
said we were
'cause
going
we
to do
never did
twice
the-
now and still haven't.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna change because we talked about Forza, and I'm just going to quickly
Call
talk
of Duty.
about Call of Duty, Black Ops 4, and say that Blackout is stupid.
I've heard very good things about Blackout.
Okay. Here's my take on because
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Are we allowed to talk about mainstream games now? Or are we? Is that something we're
Yeah.
allowed to do in Tripulse?
Yeah.
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about like.
I'm gonna talk about it
I'm gonna
because
talk about Assassin's Creed after this.
I'm gonna talk about it because I got it yesterday and I was only able to play Blackout because I decided to play while the game was still downloading because Battle.net lets you download up to a certain point and then continue downloading in the background while you play or something like that. So only Blackout was available, and I played a couple rounds of it, and it's basically what you'd expect. It's PUBG, but a lot more refined. And it's got that good Call of Duty feel.
So then, what's the issue?
For me, it's just like
The problem that
don't
I had
care.
with it is that Battle Royale needs a big map and needs a lot of people.
Oh,
When
it's
you
got a
introduce
big
that-
map. It's
when
got
you
it's got a fairly sized map.
When you introduce
is-
that into the Call of Duty formula, which is usually has people moving around very quickly, jumping, gliding, sliding off the walls and shit, and they're very fast running. It doesn't work as well. And same thing with it would be with vehicle combat. It doesn't feel right in the Call of Duty format. I think that's what kind of hurts it when it comes to the battle royale thing.
I think for me, is that really I'm kind of a hypocrite here because I play a bunch of Fortnite and I also used to play PUBG with Squid and Adrian too, and whoever else we could get. But I just think that I still think that the battle royale stuff is just overrated.
oversaturated.
It's oversaturated and overrated as fuck. And I think that more games jumping on the bandwagon is kind of dumb. Like Call of Duty didn't go full battle royale, which is good. They still have the classic Call of Duty modes. They have zombies, and those are the two things that I'm going to be pretty much playing. And in fact, I'm probably going to play a bunch of zombies today just because I fucking can. And that's great. I just think battle royale is unless you're playing Fortnite. Like I really like what Fortnite is doing, especially because they have things like 50v50 and other limited time modes that
Fortnite is leading the charge because they're actually making a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you don't. They've made the battle royale. They've just taken it and done their own kind of crazy thing with it, which keeps it fresh and somewhat entertaining. Because I'm just not really into the battle royale thing as most people are. I still really like arena shooters. I still really like that kind of combat. So for me, I really like going into 50v50, which is still battle royale, but it feels somewhat like an arena shooter because you got teams of 50 pitted against teams of 50 with the standard drop thing and everything, and it's that for me is what does it.
I think my one
And-
gripe about 50v50 though is that most of the times I play it, I either feel like I go through an entire match without doing a single goddamn thing, or I run into somebody and get instantly murked, and maybe it's just because I'm bad, but
Fair enough.
Every problem that
What-
everyone has with
so-
a game is because they suck at the game. Confirmed.
So what I find weird is my PC can't run Fortnite, but it can run games that are more graphically intensive. And
That's-
so last
had-
time I played it,
I
I
had
was
that
playing
exact-
I was playing 50v50, and it was still rendered on like far distance, so there was like no detail in anything. And all I could do was walk forward, and I still managed to not die.
Zach, I just want to let you know that when I first played with Kit, I had that exact same problem. PUBG ran better on my PC than fucking Fortnite did. You remember that, Kit?
Yes, I do.
That shit.
It
Like,
just
I don't-
refuses to run on my computer.
I don't know how that works, but it makes it really funny that I'm not the only one that had that problem.
And
And
so,
it boggles my mind.
Quick Fastly was born.
Quick Fastly and Speed Hasty took the charge, took Fortnite, not by storm, but we took Fortnite
To the next level.
to the.
It's ours
to the
now.
next
We
level.
own
Take
it.
it to the next.
Next.
yo, Wallace,
I love that
remember when we like that's where it was like we spent anywhere from 15 to like 45 minutes setting up for this like big fight we are gonna do in playground
yeah.
mode, only to realize that you can't actually.
Well, they added new they added modifiers to Playground, so if we tried to do that again, we might actually be able to make that happen. So if you ever want to try and do that, or if you're ever playing Fortnite, I might just hit you up and be like, yo,
Oh, nice.
Let's-
Okay,
If I could ever
let's
get it
do
to
some-
run.
let's do some fun shit.
let's do
if y'all
some damage.
It'd be fun to get a full Tripulse squad, not
if
because
y'all
we'd
do that,
win, but because it'd be
message
funny.
me, and we'll see if I can join from
Adrian?
Switch. I probably can't join from Switch, can I?
No, you can.
Yeah.
Switch is cross-platform.
I know,
And
but like
also-
the special modes you can't. Can you?
You should be able to.
Oh,
Almost.
okay.
I also want to talk about this because it's actually kind of important to me, just from an esports perspective. Because for anyone that doesn't know, I used to be really involved in competitive Rocket League in that scene as a shoutcaster, and so that stuff still kind of intrigues me. Although I've pretty much completely moved away since leaving shoutcasting. But PlayStation announced a beta for cross-play with Xbox and Switch,
Oh, yeah,
specifically with Fortnite, and that's actually huge.
There was another one like immediately after that confirmed crossplay.
I can't remember, but it's really, really big because one of the problems that we had with running community tournaments, specifically for Nexus, which is who I casted for, was our tournaments, we only did PC and PlayStation. So if you were Xbox, you couldn't play because you couldn't cross-platform with PlayStation. And the only reason we chose PlayStation instead of Xbox and Switch was because they'd been around for the longest. So if you were on PS4, you could keep up with PC players. Just because the skill level, that's just where the skill level was at. Like Xbox players that had just started playing on Xbox, they couldn't really keep up with the rest of the crowd. So the fact that cross-platform is potentially coming to Rocket League is huge for me because that means even more people hopefully coming into events like RLRS, RLCS, and community tournaments, and maybe hopefully we'll start to see the players on those platforms, like especially Switch, maybe start to get competitive, and that really, really excites me. So that's kind of a big gaming thing that I'm looking forward to, and hopefully,
Switch has a very, very hardcore aim assist, by the way. So that's
Yeah.
kind of a
but
Understandable.
we'll,
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
You can also do the whole aim with the Switch thing too. So I mean,
Did they actually put gyroscope aiming in the Switch Fortnite?
I think Switch Fortnite has gyroscope aiming now.
That is the greatest.
It is. It is the greatest.
Are there
But,
any other gaming news?
Going on about Fortnite for a second, can I just like to talk about how absolutely garbage Epic Game support is?
Oh yeah.
It's always been.
Oh
that
no,
way.
it's
Quit slamming the door.
ass.
Sorry, guys.
It's
Get right
like,
here.
what's it called? So I wanted to, because I have Fortnite on my Xbox, right? But I didn't realize that for some reason it automatically just makes a complete separate account when you first load a game up on your Xbox, and I wanted to have it with the account that I actually have progress on. So I was like, okay, I'll just connect it from there, and then it's like, oh, your thing's already connected to an Epic Games account. And then so I was like, okay, I'll just disconnect it. And it's like, oh, you need to verify your email. Epic Games just doesn't send you verification emails.
Yep.
And then like,
I just wanna like throw this.
no, I thought it.
The way the way Josh talks is exactly how he acts in real life.
What do you mean?
Just all the pauses and shit. It's just I don't know. it's
Sorry,
funny.
man. I
It's
pause
funny.
when I talk.
I was gonna
It's
give
just-
him the benefit of the doubt and say it's because he is currently playing Forza as we speak, but
No,
you're not
Have you
wrong.
seen that video? Have you seen that video of him looking at the pamphlet?
God,
Oh,
I just
I've seen that video.
Just-
Anything
Like,
once
it's like
again,
I'm
Josh
actually
is the Tripulse punching bag.
that's a nope.
I mean, no, not that I'm trying to be mean to you, Josh. It's just
No,
I
I
want
get
people to know
it. Though.
you act
Like, I get it,
exactly
like-
the way you talk, and I think it's cool first of all, but I also think it's fucking hilarious.
Well, no, like I get it. I'm watching this video and I'm like, oh god, it looks so slow. Like, it looks like I'm just not getting it. It's just because I'm just sitting there, just staring at this little pamphlet.
I mean, but then you
So
dropped it on me.
intently.
They don't open, or they're open until 7, or they don't open until 7 or something like that for their European line, and like I lost it for a second. I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there real fast. No, Epic Games terrible support. No
I
verification.
guess that transitions into recaps.
I would like
no,
to
not yet,
announce.
because I actually want to talk about some other stuff before that.
Oh,
I would like to
Uh,
announce quickly before that. Tripulse has now reached its Fortnite quota for the next 5 years. You are officially banned from talking about Fortnite until then.
Shit.
Damn it.
Why?
Anyways, I just want to point out.
Let's go.
First of all, the last tripod that happened right before Wallace and I went to Base Canyon, it's never going to be uploaded because I went back over the recording, no fucking audio. I don't know what the fuck happened. There's no audio on it, so that one's never going to come out. This is the next tripod that will come out.
You mean the one? You mean the one? That we recorded at my place?
Yes.
Oh shit!
There's
Damn.
no fucking audio on that recording. I don't know what happened. I guess my computer decided since there was nowhere for the audio to go, that it just wasn't playing, so it muted everything or something. I don't know, but there's no audio on that recording, so that one's never coming out.
A
Which
quality
that was a
Windows
funny-
experience.
That was
So
a funny
anyways-
podcast, though. I'm disappointed.
yeah, I was gonna say. Anyways, anything that we talked about during that podcast, we can talk about during this podcast, and it'll.
I
be
mean,
total
honestly, most of
information.
it was just
Such as
vapor-related
Josh's
business.
album
Well-
that came out. We never talked about it on a tripod until now. Actually,
We'll talk
Oh,
about
rip.
we'll talk about some of the things from that tripod when we get to the recaps, because most of it was about what we were doing anyways.
So, two more things I want to throw out there before we go back to recaps. Number one, Wallace talked about the Yeti, the Blue Yeti earlier. I just want to say the Blue Yeti Nano is super nice. That's what I'm talking on right now.
Ooh.
I didn't even know that was a
sounds
thing.
just as good. It like just came out, I think. Sounds just as good as the Blue Yeti. I think they're discontinuing the regular Yeti in favor of this one. That way they can have the Yeti Pro with the XLR. But very nice. It's a very nice thing. I like it a lot. Just wanted to throw that one out there. Also, I want to talk about Assassin's Creed. I have not liked Assassin's Creed as much as I have liked it, like the idea of it, since Origins has come out. And Origins came out last year, and so now they have Odyssey out, and everything looks amazing. And you can climb a giant ass statue on top of a mountain that actually has a has Zeus's dong on it, and you can literally climb up the statue and hang from his ball sack.
That is some sus shit right there.
Why?
That is.
And your character, when you if you get anywhere near it, like too close to it, he's like, I think I shouldn't be climbing on this. It's fucking incredible.
Ubisoft innovating in the video game industry with accurate weenus physics.
But you are incentivized to climb the statue because there's a one of those whatchamacallit points at the top of it, the vantage point, whatever they're fucking called in Assassin's Creed, where they reveal the surrounding area.
The Far Cry towers.
The Far Cry towers. The towers from Breath of the Wild.
The Far Cry towers that they removed from Far Cry, but not Assassin's Creed.
But yeah, that's first of all, that's one of the things about it. Also, I just want to say the combat in these two actually feels really good. I played it on Ezra's Xbox the other day, and yeah, it's really cool. If you guys, hi,
Hello. All right.
You are entitled to your incorrect opinion.
I think
This is a joke, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyways, it's not a joke. I genuinely like it. I think there's nothing wrong with Assassin's Creed as it is right now.
No, I mean what I said was a joke.
Except what you said is a joke. Okay. Except for, all the controversy around them releasing multiple versions of the game with different content that you might not get with other versions of the game, and the fucking microtransactions and shit. Yeah.
I didn't hear about
this. Is
I didn't hear about this
all the time.
It's fine. It's not worth discussing.
Okay, cool.
Origin. I mean, first of all, classic Ubisoft tradition: regular game, gold game, deluxe game, ultimate game.
You mean what literally everybody else is doing?
Yeah, but on release.
Yeah, but also
Ubisoft actually has, if I remember
Activision.
correctly, 7 different editions of this one game.
So let's go back to that real fast. Odyssey has regular edition, deluxe edition, gold edition, ultimate edition,
Definitive edition and collector's edition.
Medusa edition, and Pantheon edition.
Can we just take a moment to
one of those comes with stuff, like it's like a bundle with some collectibles, so that one gets a soft pass because it's not really like hiding any content. As far as I know, it's not hiding any content behind it. But the other one like has a bunch of shit that you can't get unless you buy that version, so that's not cool. Anyways, if you buy the game just for the game, it's a good game. I recommend it.
Sick. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge what Gaxel said in text for voice. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
We have
You like
Kit
throw
and I
your
have-
hat and possess people.
Kit and I have beat this fucking horse into the ground.
Everyone
Yeah, but
has.
this is the first time. This is the first time I've seen that joke, and I just want to get my
Well, that
first
particular
laugh
joke
in.
we probably haven't said, but we've beat the Odyssey joke over the head. a lot.
It's good.
Leonidas for.
Am I the only
Smash.
one that actually looked up a picture of the statue in game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't have to.
You are? Absolutely.
Adrian can't unsee it now.
I also found out that they
too late.
censored it in some
He's-
countries.
He's already climbed that bitch in game. He's gotten a full
Okay,
front
actually,
view.
If you're listening to this, it's too late.
I actually didn't get to do that myself. I Ezra did that, but the opening of the game, like after nobody cares about spoilers to this, I guess, right? None of y'all.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So the opening of the game is the classic 300 opening. You know, they're fighting the Persians and whatever, and you play as Leonidas for a little bit, and then it like jumps out of it, takes you to the Animus, and then jumps you into a different character altogether. The opening of that part, they have like the eagle flying in, or whatever bird is native to Greece. They have it flying in, and like it's looking around, and like it passes by the statue, and it passes by in a way that you're like, I think I saw. I don't think. No way they would have put that in there. And so like you're thinking about it the entire time you're like running around, because like you're literally down the hill from this statue, and then you have to actually go halfway up it for one of the first quests, and then it like pings you and says, hey, there's this point up here, and also a leap of faith. And so like naturally, as Assassin's Creed people do, you go to it and you start climbing it, and boom, it's there in your face.
Are you telling me that you can do a leap of faith?
No, not off
Zeus's
of that.
Magnum Dong?
No. First of all, it's not Magnum. Second of all,
All right, shit.
you do the leap of faith off of a thunderbolt that he's holding.
Assassin's Creed stay on some gay shit, fam.
I mean, it's Greece. Like, what do you expect?
I mean, yeah,
Josh,
to be fair, Greece was on some gay shit, so, like, I guess that's to be expected.
Zeus literally fucked a woman on the planet, and then just because he didn't want her to have a kid, or just because he didn't want her kid to, like, turn around and grow up with her telling him that he was her father, he turned her into a cow.
That's Zeus.
That's actually not
like-
true at all. I'm sorry. This is
That's
the same
like
thing that
peak
happened
Jerry
with Zeus and
Springer.
Medusa.
Shit.
Hades
Zeus
is
fucked a chick.
arguably the nicest of the gods.
Zeus fucked a chick. Hera found out, and she turned her into a cow. She also did the same thing to Medusa. That's why you have the
Yes.
All
That
right.
was because of Poseidon.
Greece is on some fucked up shit, dude. Like,
Okay,
Good
now my
old
question.
Greece.
Now my question about the like intro to Assassin's Creed Odyssey or whatever they're explaining.
Yeah.
Does it have that shitty like 2007 Sparta remix that was like all over the internet?
no.
I'm
I
scared.
don't remember this.
0 out of 10 worst game. I swear to God, you had to have heard it somewhere. If I heard it, you heard it.
Yeah, that's a deal
I
breaker
probably
for
heard
me.
it.
No
I
remix,
probably
no
heard
buy.
it and just anyway.
Are we
Red
done
Dead
with-
Redemption 2 coming out soon.
Okay.
I've already voiced my opinion of it. I don't think it's going to be anything too special.
Ace Combat
No
7
PC
hype.
version. No PC version.
Oh,
Until next year, so that you buy it
Fallout
twice.
76. Fallout 76. that's another game. This might be the first Fallout game I buy since New Vegas.
You mean the first? What? Since there was only one in between.
Let me clarify. I've only played New Vegas.
Okay. So you've only played New Vegas. I see.
There's a little caveat right there that you probably needed. I've only played New Vegas, and I've like considered getting 3, and maybe going back and playing 2 and 1. Although
2 and 1
this
is
day
completely
and age,
is a
not
completely
really.
different.
I mean, it's like
it's
going
not
back to
this-
Daggerfall and Arena.
It's
Like,
cool. It's cool if you really like Fallout, but they're also really difficult games.
Not really.
Or at least one is really difficult.
I'm like
If you like
90% sure that
old
there's a New
RPGs.
Vegas or
then 1 and 2 are the best games in the series.
No, I was like, oh, maybe it's tonight's all
Yes.
Otherwise, 4 is probably your best bet.
Well, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure there's a mod somewhere that can like give you the story / feel of the first 2 games in one of the newer games. Anyways, 76, I like it. I think it looks cool. The fucking gameplay is coming out right now.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for reviews on that one.
I'm just gonna
I'm not
voice any opinions.
I'm not fully convinced yet, but it looks cool. But I'm just not quite certain. On that
I haven't
one.
talked about the biggest game coming out this month. Stardew Valley on iOS and Android.
Shut up. Just stop.
You know,
Biggest deal.
biggest,
Shut up.
biggest release of the year.
Okay, but actually though,
It's gonna.
I am
fucking
actually
sell.
happy for that.
It's gonna fucking sell like crazy.
yeah.
It's gonna be one of the top selling games on iOS and probably Android for a very long time. It's such a good.
Yeah.
I'm not buying
Okay,
it, but I'm
I'm-
really glad it exists.
this is gonna be
I-
the third time I bought it.
I've convinced my friends to switch from Unreal Engine to Godot, and I'm happy.
Cool. I don't know what any of that means. Well, I know what Unreal.
Well,
I
like
know.
What's an Unreal Engine?
game development stuff.
Do I look like I know what an Unreal Engine is?
Unreal. Gotta get you a hammy.
All right.
Opens up
Are
your.
we?
This is just
are we-
toilet sounds.
I guess that was too much, right? Let's move on to recaps and shit.
Wait. Last bit about gaming.
Oh
This
god.
Forza race is really driving me up the wall. I should be laughing everyone, but I'm not.
All right, Josh. Thank you. Now back to Adrian for the recaps.
This has been the Tripod Elongation Station.
We've only been on for an hour.
Yeah, but the segments, they just
schedule.
kept getting dragged.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. Anybody
So
else have anything to talk
it's-
about before?
It's about time to wrap this up.
Yeah. It's time.
I'm currently on lap 28 out of 50.
Yeah, this whole time Josh has been playing Forza.
Wait. You've only done that much in 3 hours?
Each lap is about 8 to 10 minutes long.
Okay.
Okay, 8 minutes if you're a good driver, but I'm not the best, so
That's also not counting your rewinds.
that also is not counting rewinds or times I've paused. I'm doing a lot of rewinds.
All right. Anyways, thank you everybody for listening.
If
I
you
know
stuck
this is
through
a
this entire
very
thing.
fucking long podcast. You didn't have to listen to Base Canyon or Lost Lands recaps, but we thank any and all listeners, and of course, our people who join us and don't
Also
get to
the
participate
Academy.
in talking. Yes, the Academy, and also want to take a quick chance to talk to you guys about Lisa Mattress. I
Sponsor
can't
us.
stop myself from these fucking stupid ass fake sponsored goddamn. Good night,
And if
everybody.
you use our code on Crunchyroll,
Okay, is
Not allowed. Banned.
man,
Is the
Illegal.
recording